Services Librarian with Winona Public Library. I am back with our final skill in our 6 Skills of Early Literacy video series. Today's skill is narrative skills, and you can probably figure out what that means, but narrative skills are a child's ability to tell a story and to understand how they work. So through exposure to books and reading, children become aware that a story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And being able to tell a story or to describe an instance in order helps a child to develop reading comprehension skills and skills that help in any future school subject that they might encounter. Now, oftentimes caregivers will say that their child hears a book 50 times, memorizes all the words, and now they can read the book. This is actually a perfect example of building narrative skills. Being able to recall details and word order is extremely important for any future subject that they may learn in school. They may not know what each of those words are that they're reading, but they remember the order of the story that they're being read, which will help them discern what those words are in the future. So that's a fantastic way of showing what narrative skills are as an early literacy skill for a developing child. Now, one way that you can support this skill is to fill your space with imaginative play items. So dress-up clothes encourage children to recall what they know about each of the professions that they're dressing up as and acting them out in appropriate ways. A play kitchen and food helps a child to recall how they have seen this food in their daily lives, how they've seen the adults cook in their lives, and what goes in the oven, what's hot in the kitchen, what do you need pot holders for, and to recall some of those things that they've seen in their daily life, and now they can act it out and tell their own story of sorts. They can take down orders, they can remember them, they can deliver food to their friends, which also helps with memorization skills. You can also do it when playing with dinosaurs. So you can talk about, what kind of dinosaur is this? Does this dinosaur tiptoe or does he stomp, stomp, stomp? What do you think those spikes are for on the back of his tail? Why do you think he has spikes on his back? Was he bigger or smaller than the T-Rex? And on and on and on. You can ask questions and help them to figure out more about the dinosaur, or to even just tell their own story about the dinosaur. They might not know what those spikes actually do. I don't really know. I assume it's for protection, but they can tell you whatever they think those spikes are for based on the knowledge that they've developed to that point. So this skill is one of the most fun to practice, and anytime that you play pretend or tell stories, you are encouraging the building of narrative skills. So here are 5 simple strategies that you can use to implement narrative skill learning at home. Narrate playtime. If your child is playing with this dinosaur, ask a lot of questions about it. Ask a lot of questions about any of the other toys that they're playing so that they can make up stories about this dinosaur or this pig or this book that they have. Maybe it's a magical book. Maybe they drew their own book and they can tell you all about it, and let them narrate what that toy or object is to you. To build on the above, when asking questions to open a dialogue with your child, try to avoid questions that can be a simple yes or a no. Ask more of a who, what, where, when, why situation. If you just ask questions like, is this dinosaur big? They would say yes. And that's kind of the end of it. You might say, is this dinosaur bigger than a T-Rex? Wow, how big do you think a T-Rex is? How big do you think a Stegosaurus is? And ask questions that will encourage them to talk a little bit more. You can also tell the story of bedtime to help them learn sequencing. First, it's bath, then it's brushing teeth, then we do books, and then we go to sleep. So they know the order and the story of bedtime, so they can follow that along with you. Ask your child what their favorite part of their day was. This will not only create a special time for you to bond with your child and to share together, but it also gives them an opportunity to tell you about the instances that happened in their day and to figure out the vocabulary to bring out that story and to use their narrative skills to tell you about what happened for that day. You can also use books that have a chain story in them. So when I say a chain story, that means pieces of the story that build onto each other, that causes you to remember what happened earlier in the book and know that you have to continue to build on it or add links of the chain. So for this one, I picked out If You Give a Pig a Party. And this is very similar to the If You Give a Mouse a Cookie book. So if you give a pig a party, she's going to ask for some balloons, but when you give her balloons, she's going to want to decorate the house. And when she's finished, she'll put on her favorite dress, and then she'll call all of her friends and invite them to the party. Her friends won't be home, so you'll go with her to look for them, and on the way she'll see a street fair, and she'll want you to take her on the bumper cars, and all her friends will be there, etc., etc. So it's something that adds more on and on as you go. And when you get towards the end, it kind of goes back over those of bringing back the idea that she might ask you for some balloons. And if she does, then she might ask you for more. And you'll have to remember what happened at the beginning of that book to build on that chain of events that happened in the story. And you can always go back and say, do you remember what even started this all? This is getting a little out of hand. And they'll remember that it all started with balloons. So we have a lot of recommendations of chain stories or building upon stories that you can utilize with your child. So feel free to ask us and any of our staff members at Winona Public Library, and we can help you out. So as with any other skill, interaction with adults and caregivers is one of the most effective ways for a pre-reader to improve. And anything can be a chance for narrative skills if you use your imagination. So going through the car wash, that purple and pink foam that's on your car, tell a story about what that means that's running down your windshield. What do they think that is? Is it something magical? What does it smell like? Just ask questions about everyday things that are happening around you. And enjoy the time with your child and incorporate these skills when you can, but just know that even a regular conversation that you have with your child is invaluable when it comes to building narrative skills. So again, like I said, this is one of the most fun ones because it doesn't feel like running drills at all. It just feels like you're having a conversation with your child and you're learning a little bit more about who they are as a little person. For more information about this skill and any of the other skills, please visit Winona Public Library. Our youth services staff is always so happy to help you in your early literacy journey and beyond. I will also include links with this video to our website for other information and resources that you can use. And please go back through these videos, look through some things, watch them again, use what you have in your house, and if you need support, please reach out to the Winona Public Library staff, myself included. We would love to help you. We are here to support you and to help build Winona's youngest learners. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I thank you for watching and learning a little bit about the 6 skills of early literacy. Have a great day.